لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين أما بعد حكم بيع المجهول حكم بيع المجهول the ruling of selling something which is unknown الحديث الستون بعد المية the 260th hadith عن عبد الله بن عمر رضي الله عنهما. May Allah, on the authority of Abdullah ibn Umar, may Allah be pleased with both of them, meaning Abdullah and Umar. Anna Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, that the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, naha an bay'i hablil habala, he prohibited from the sale or the transaction of habalil habala. Habalil habala means the offspring of the offspring. It will become clear through the hadith, inshallah. He prohibited the sale of offspring of the offspring. وَكَانَ بَيْعًا يَتَبَايَعُهُ أَهْلُ الْجَاهِلِيَّةِ. And it is a type of transaction that the people of Jahiliyyah used to make. وَكَانَ الرَّجُلُ يَبْتَاعُ الْجَزُورَ. And it is that a man used to buy a jazur. A man, he would buy the jazur, which is a she camel, right? إلا أن تنتج الناقة ثم تنتج التي في بطنها. So a person would buy a she camel until it would give birth to a she camel, and then it would give birth to that which is in its stomach. So al-jazur is a she camel, illa an tuntaja, which is to basically give birth. An-naqatu, until that she camel gives birth, and it gives birth to another she camel or another camel. So basically, you buy a camel, but really what you're buying is the grandchild. Really, what you're buying is the grandchild. The camel you're buying is pregnant, but you don't want the baby. You don't want the camel itself, nor do you want the baby that's in the womb, but you want the baby of the baby in the womb. So there's no telling if the baby itself will come out, and there's no telling that if it will have a baby if it does come out. So this is bay al-majhul, selling something which is unknown. So the Prophet ﷺ prohibited this, bay al-habal al-habala, وَكَانَ بَيْعًا يَتَبَايَعُهُ أَهْلُ الْجَاهِلِيَّةِ is a transaction that the people of Jahiliyyah used to make. وَكَانَ الرَّجُلُ يَبْتَاعُ الْجَزُورَ. So a man would buy a she camel إِلَّا أَن تُنْتَجَ النَّاقَةُ, until it would give birth. ثُمَّ تُنْتَجَ الَّتِي فِي بَطْنِهَا, and then that which is in its stomach gives birth. قيل, it is also said, إنه كان يبيع الشارفة. It is also said that it would be the selling of a sharif. A sharif is a she camel, but an old she camel. إنه كان يبيع الشارفة is that you would sell an old she camel. وهي الكبيرة المسنة, and it's the one that is old in age. بنتاج الجنين الذي في بطن ناقته, with the intent of selling basically the baby of the she camel which is in its stomach, right? So this is a bay al-majhul. This is the sell which is unknown. من فوائد وأحكام الحديث, from the virtues and benefits and rulings of the hadith. أولا, And before I continue, just everyone should know that I'm not here to explain this and go through the details. We're trying to just read these hadith and read the fawaid and ahkam so that we can improve our Arabic language skills. And we get a little bit of explanation here inside the fawaid, the benefits and the rulings. However, there are uh, further and more detailed explanations, which after we get to this point, because we don't want to try to learn our religion completely in English. We want to develop Arabic skills. And once we get this brief explanation down, then we can and understand it in its Arabic by continuously reading it, by printing out these pages, by going over this hadith 4 or 5 times today, then maybe taking the weekend to go over all the hadith that we did this week or something like that to make sure that we're understanding them and continuing to understand the different words and not having to continuously open up the dictionary to understand them. Then once that happens and we can read this book, this simple book, then we can open up the more detailed explanations such as that by Sheikh Abdullah Fawzan or Ibn Mulaqin or other than that. So from min fawaidi wa ahkam al hadith, from the virtues and benefits and rulings of the hadith, awalan, firstly, an-nahyu an bay al-majhul, the prohibition of selling something which is unknown. ثانيا, secondly, an-nas ala hadha naw' min al-bay, a text which explains this type of sale. هذا naw', this type, min al-bay', of sale or transaction. So someone says, bay al-majhul. Yeah, okay, something which is unknown. That's very general. But maybe they consider this bay al-hamala hamala not to be part of that. No, this is an exact text with this specific type of transaction. لأنه من بيوع الجاهلية, because it is from the types of sales from the times of Jahiliyyah, the times of ignorance before Islam came. وإلا فهو عام في كل بيع. Otherwise, وإلا here means otherwise, فهو عام, meaning the sale of something majhul is general. في كل بيع, in every type of sale. يحصل فيه جهالة أو جهالة وغرر. Any type of sale that there is occurs in it, يحصل فيه, that occurs in it, jahala, some unknownness, or gharar, deception. ثالثا, حكمة النهي, the wisdom in the prohibition. أنه من بيع الغرر, it is a type of sale which has some deception. المفضي, which leads to إلى الميسر, something dealing with chance. والقمار, and gambling. وأكل المال بالباطل, and devouring wealth in falsehood. مع, along with, ما يحصل في ذلك, along with what occurs in that. من الشجار, from argumentation. والخصام, and disputation. والعداوة, and enmity. والبغضاء, and hatred. So not only is there some deception, some gambling, some devouring of wealth without right, also it causes there to be argumentation and disputing and enmity and hatred amongst the buyers and sellers, because you don't know what you're getting. You don't know how long it's going to take to get it. You don't know any of these things, and you don't know the condition if it does take place. First off, you don't know if that camel is going to give birth, if that camel is going to be born alive and healthy. And if that camel, you don't know if that camel is going to be a male or female. You have to wait till there's a female. Then you have to say, okay, it has to be healthy and it has to give birth to something healthy. How long is it going to take? When is it going to be? Is it going to be healthy or not healthy? Is it going to be worth it or not worth it? All of these things are deceptive. It has chance and gambling involved in it, as well as the enmity and the hatred and the dispute and the quarreling that will come along with it. هذا والله تعالى أعلم وصلى الله وسلم على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين.